Past, present, future is the way we see things from physical reality. But from the soul level, time, in a sense, doesn't exist the same way. Everything is perceivable all at the same time.
Like, what is the purpose to being by being here? And different beliefs, different religion, and people believe in different things. And I like the way that Bashar explained reincarnation, because I just want to be honest. Anytime I hear something from Bashar, it's it's kind of like completing all the theories that I heard. Like, I heard things made sense, but there was like a little bit gaps, and then I heard Bashar just put the pieces of puzzle together and about reincarnation. And I want you to tell me about the way that he explained it in a simple way that everyone can understand. Are we coming back? And what is
Well,
reincarnation?
yes, yes, and no. In other words, you have to look at it from different perspectives. From the soul perspective, it's one thing. From the physical perspective, it's experienced in a different way. The physical reality that we experience has the idea of space and time. So when we look at the idea, we're seeing it through the lens of space and time, because that's what physical reality is about. It's structured that way. So when we look at the idea, we see it as, well, I was this person before, I'm this person now, I will be this person, other person later. So that's the idea. Before, now, and after, past, present, future is the way we see things from physical reality. But from the soul level, time, in a sense, doesn't exist the same way. Everything is perceivable all at the same time. An analogy that Bashar often uses is like our television programs. When you're watching a particular television program, you know that there are dozens of other programs playing at the same time, but you only see the one that you're tuned to, that you're on the channel of. If you change the channel, then you get a different program, but that doesn't mean the program you were watching a minute ago has gone anywhere. It can still be playing. So all the programs are running simultaneously. So from the soul's perspective, all lives exist at once. And in spirit, when you're non-physical, you can look at the past, you can look at the present, you can look at the future, because they're all available to you, because they all coexist at the same time. So from the mechanical point of view, what we're actually doing when we say we're experiencing a reincarnation from any given life is we are tapping into, plugging into energetically another life that exists at the same time, just like we would know or change the channel to say there's another program playing at the same time that mine was. And we connect to it in a way that allows us to download energy, experience, perspective, whatever that life is going through, but that life exists at the same time from the soul's perspective. So we're connecting to it like an internet connection, and we're downloading information and experience that helps us in this lifetime, and all lifetimes are doing that. So it's like this constantly changing, dynamic, interconnected web of information that's coming to us in every lifetime that exists at the same time, but from the linear perspective, because we think of it linearly, we look at that connection and we feel that connection as if it's a memory. We call it a memory because we think of past, present, and future. So even though that life may exist right now, we think of it as a memory. So we go, oh, I must have been that life. I must have been that
Yeah.
person. When
Okay.
that person is a distinctly separate person that exists at the same time we do, but they're in a different frequency, they're in a different channel, and they're still accessible, but the way we access them is through that energy connection. Now, again, it depends on how you're looking at it, from what level you're looking at it, that determines how you experience it. So it's perfectly fine to say, this is a past life or this will be a future life. That's fine because that works in physical reality, and it makes it more understandable from our perspective, from our linear perspective. But when you're a soul, all these things exist at the same time when you're non-physical. So you have to reconcile that both are true. It's just that it depends on what perspective you're looking at it from that determines exactly how you experience it and therefore how you define it.
So, are all beings like animals have souls,
Yes.
and are they also reincarnating like also the same
Yes.
way, like they're growing, like
Yes. Absolutely. Now, of course, animals are different in the sense that they're more connected to what we would call higher levels, angelic realms, and things like that. They're not angels, but they come to us with unconditional love, and they come to us as reflections of what's going on within us. That's what they're choosing to do to serve and help us as humanity, is to reflect to us the issues within each of us as we have relationships with animals. They reflect things to us we need to look at within ourselves, and sometimes they will take on things in their own selves that are representative of issues that we may not be dealing with, so that they can act as a mirror, so that when we deal with them, when they take on certain things like illness and things like that, we can understand that they may be reflecting something to us we need to be looking at within ourselves. So they do this unconditionally, but absolutely they have souls, and absolutely they do choose to reincarnate. They choose to come to whoever is in their lives, and you're in their lives. So we choose each other. All of these things are done from the soul level when we play out or plan out our life path.
is it our attention that changed that, like they're also the level of energy, or because there is this different type of energy you feel from cats or from a like a simple chicken, or I
Yeah.
don't know, so and in that case also, I'm not a vegetarian, but I'm asking, should we be vegetarian if they have souls?
And there's no shoulds about it. It's what level you're at, what you really need, what your body consciousness says is okay. The whole thing is not so much what you're doing, but how you're doing it. So if there is respect, mutual understanding that some of them may be here to literally support us physically, it's about doing it in the most natural, respectful, organic way, thanking them, respecting them for giving of themselves to us so that we can continue on. Now, when we do raise our vibration higher and higher, we do tend to lose the urge for consuming those kinds of things, animal products. But it's got to be a natural progression. You can't necessarily force yourself
Yes.
to be more spiritual, so to speak, if it's not working for your body right now. So there are different types of bodies that have different types of needs. And if some bodies actually still need things like meat protein, it's okay as long as you're doing it in the most natural, respectful way possible. Because, when you take something in, it takes you in as well. So, you have to have that mutual understanding of how the connection is working and how they're being of service to us in that way. But again, we will probably eventually evolve out of that. But it doesn't necessarily mean that someone who may still be eating meat is not necessarily less spiritual or less evolved than someone else. It may just be what kind of life path they have chosen for what they're exploring, and that's where they are right now. So you can't necessarily go by what your diet is like to determine exactly where you're at on a spiritual level. It depends on what purpose it serves and what lessons you are learning on that path.